As we delve deeper into the collective existential crisis that modern society faces, we realize that its roots are more profound and interconnected than they first appear. The convergence of climate change, political uncertainty, and automation not only weakens the social structures that support our lives but also forces us to confront questions about the very meaning of being human. Technological progress, which once carried the promise of a brighter and more prosperous future, now seems to come with an existential burden, revealing the limits of our ability to control or even understand the world we've created. Climate change, for example, is a brutal reminder that nature is not tameable. Despite all our technological and scientific advancements, we are faced with the reality that the natural world has its own power and does not respond to our desires for progress or stability. Here, Albert Camus' philosophy becomes even more relevant. The universe is indifferent to human suffering, and our search for meaning amid ecological devastation can seem, like the myth of Sisyphus, a futile task. However, Camus reminds us that it is precisely in recognizing this lack of inherent meaning that we can begin to create significance. In the face of climate change, revolt is not just about fighting against environmental collapse but in finding purpose in small victories, in actions that preserve what can still be saved. This same absurdity subtly manifests itself in political uncertainty. In times of extreme polarization, where contradictory narratives clash and trust in institutions falters, society loses its anchor. The existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre argued that without absolute values to guide our actions, we are condemned to freedom, a freedom that often brings with it unbearable anxiety. Politics, which should be the field where we exercise our freedom to shape the world, often turns into a realm of alienation. The confusion between truth and lies, the inability to distinguish right from wrong in a sea of conflicting information, creates a crisis not only of authority but of purpose. Sartre would say that while this situation is distressing, it also opens the way for the creation of new political and social meanings, provided we are willing to take responsibility for our choices. The third pillar of this crisis is automation, which forces us to reconsider the relationship between work, identity, and value. In the past, work was seen as a source of dignity and meaning, a way to contribute to society and build an identity. However, with the rise of automation and artificial intelligence, many are beginning to wonder, if machines can perform the same tasks, or even better, what is our place in the world? Byung-Chul Han points out that automation pushes us into a performance society, where human beings are viewed as projects that must constantly be improved. This generates a vicious cycle of anxiety, in which individuals are pressured to be more productive and efficient, competing not only with other humans but with algorithms. This displacement of identity leads to what Sartre would call bad faith, the act of denying our freedom and responsibility by relinquishing the active creation of meaning. The tendency to conform to the system, to delegate control of our lives to technologies and institutions, reflects a denial of existential freedom. Yet, as Sartre suggests, the emptiness created by automation is, paradoxically, an opportunity. The absence of intrinsic meaning in work and modern life offers us the chance to reinvent what it means to be human, to rethink our relationships with technology, with the planet, and with each other. When we combine these three elements, climate change, political uncertainty, and automation, we see that the collective existential crisis is more than just a state of paralysis, it is a turning point. Modernity confronts us with the absurdity of our existence, but it also invites us, as Camus proposes, to live despite it. Existential revolt, in this sense, is a collective act of creation. We accept that there are no guarantees, that politics may fail, that technology may dehumanize us, but also that it is in this very void that we can create new meanings. Camus believed that true revolt lies not in finding definitive answers but in living in constant questioning and defiance. And, on a collective level, this revolt can manifest in social movements, the fight for climate justice, new forms of political participation, and more humane ways of integrating technology into our lives. For Sartre, This revolt is the purest expression of our freedom, the freedom to define what it means to be human in a world that often seems to deny our very humanity. The collective existential crisis we face is not just a symptom of modern times, but an opportunity to reimagine our role in the world. Camus and Sartre show us that while the absurd is inevitable, the response does not have to be despair, but rather the conscious creation of new meanings. The question that remains is, will we be able to transform this void into something constructive? As a society, we have the potential to resist chaos, but this will require a deep revolution, not just technological or political, but an existential revolution, where we accept responsibility for our common destiny and, together, create a new sense of purpose for the future. Thus, as we face the vastness of these crises, the real question is not only what we are confronting, but how we will choose to respond. That was today's reflection. Leave your comments below, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Keep philosophizing, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, it's not enough to acquire wisdom, we must use it.